Is it hard for you to visualize living in your biggest dreams? I've definitely been there before, and I find that the bigger the dream is, the harder it is for us to visualize it. Why? We feel like imposters walking around in a reality that's somebody else's, right? We haven't lived it yet, and we are having a hard time building that bridge to living it, and then we struggle really seeing it or feeling it or hearing it or even being able to imagine what it would be like. It's this future space that we haven't created quite just yet. This is a bit of imposter syndrome because we feel as if we don't belong there and as if we are in this big life or dream that we can't really see ourselves in, and so it feels very fake to us, right? But this is a place where imposter syndrome can actually work for us, because I like to talk about imposter syndrome not so much as like an illness or a sickness that you're suffering from, but imposter syndrome really is the imposter voices in your heads that are chiming in and saying things to you while you're in the midst of attempting to make a decision, or you're in the midst of moving forward or progressing, right? So these imposter voices come in and they draw you back. They make you hesitate. A lot of the times they negatively influence the decisions that we're trying to make or the growth that we're trying to have. They tell us we're not smart enough, we don't have the skills enough, that we don't have the money enough, that we got to where we were, but we don't really deserve it, right? Our hard work doesn't mean anything. If we can begin to separate these accusations from our imposters, we can see that imposter syndrome actually just makes us pause and look at the situation that we have in front of us. And if we can learn to mediate these accusations or this negativity and just say, I'm going to take a pause, I'm going to reframe this, I'm going to look at this, what is it that I need to know or have, or what will support me as I move forward, we can recognize that our imposter syndrome is actually helping us, right? So in this place, it demands that you slow down. It demands that you quiet your mind and use your mediator rather than allowing all of your imposters to just come in and overwhelm you. And really step into dream of the future you and situation that you desire. But it also asks you to expand and grow into this version of yourself that you have, right? It doesn't need to be a negative experience that maybe you don't have all the tools that you wish you had, or that maybe you need to do a little bit more learning or training, right? Our imposters like to say, you don't belong here because you need this extra training, but you can say, or I can just have the extra training and still do a really good job, right? And that's where our mediated mind comes in and supports us. So it does ask us to expand and grow into this vision that we have for ourselves. So feeling this imposter character, right? It just means that you need to figure out where you fit into your big vision or your big dreams. This is hella mental, and a lot of the times we have a hard time doing it because it's so much work that's happening inside your head, and I totally get that, but it's worth it because most of the time it's requiring you to step into your vulnerability and believe that you deserve to live this big life dream for yourself. You don't need to feel stuck behind your imposters. You just need to figure out how to work towards being whatever it is that you need to be to live inside this vision so that you belong with it and you can grow with it.